Happy Saturday, everybody. I wanted to come on and chat about what everyone thinks about AI. I've just been thinking a lot about everything that's going on with AI, and I want to talk to people about it, and I want to get people's opinions. I want to know if people have used it themselves. I think that with everything in life, using obviously technology, social media, AI, anything like that, there's going to be pros and cons. But the reason I've been thinking about it a lot personally is, well, kind of two things. So the first thing is, I feel like a lot of people are using it in their business. Yes, I'm talking about AI right now. I post all my own content and reels, and I am in the process of writing a book. So like the marketing, all that stuff. Like I understand using AI for maybe like the advertisements and stuff. But I was watching a YouTube video today about how to create like a digital product. So you have your book or whatever it is that you're selling, but then you also have like the smaller, like attention grabbing thing that I'm sure we've all entered our email to get some free product or some free ebook or just like a brochure or a free video or whatever it is. And the YouTube video I was watching was talking about how to use AI. Basically, you say like, I want to write an ebook about blah 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 blah, and you put like, you know, your interests and your things that you want to write about, and then it just gives you the entire ebook or product or whatever. And so my whole thing is, and this just falls under like, not plagiarism because you're not taking someone else's words, but you're taking it from a computer, but like slapping your name onto something that's not actually written like by you, by your brain, just seems wrong to me. I wouldn't want to put a book out or put out something that says, you know, here's my product, my like how-to guide of what to do in a certain situation, when that's not actually my creation. And I just was thinking about it today because it's been on my mind a lot lately, and I wanted to see what other people think about it. I also posted the other day about just in general, like as a Christian, how the whole thought of having a computer, AI, like taking over for us and doing things for us, and then we're relying on that instead of our God-given brain. And my friend, who's not really religious, we were talking about it because there was an article that said that like the Nurses Association put it out saying like that AI can never call themselves, like you can't call a nurse, or I'm sorry, you can't call AI a nurse because only humans are nurses. And so we started talking about this in a whole discussion, and I started saying to him, I don't really fully agree with AI in general as a Christian, because I feel like, yes, he said, well, didn't God create men and women? Yes, God created men and women, but you have to look at the intention behind whatever it is that the man and the woman and humans are creating. So is the intention of AI truly to help us, or is it to take our control away and make us more lazy and make us think less and make our brains not work as much? Because that's what's happening already with social media, and with the schools are having our kids just sit there, watch a screen all day. They're not flipping through textbooks. They don't know how to use a dictionary. They don't know how to look things up. They literally ask Google for everything. They're not using their brains at all. and they're like dumbing down society by using more technology. Obviously, when it first came out, you know, we think it's cool. We thought it's cool. There's lots of benefits for it. I'm doing this right now. Like, I'm not saying like it's all bad. I'm able to talk to people who are nowhere near me, who I never would have met if it wasn't for social media. I have friends from Instagram who are in France and Australia. Like, I get that. There's that connection. But as a whole, in society, it's disconnecting us. We're not doing as many things in person. We're not pen to paper. We're not reading as much. Our brains are not necessarily working as hard. So now that I'm at the point where I'm trying to like move from doing nursing in the hospital to creating a business where I can help other people, I'm coming to this crossroads where it's like, I'd rather work harder and have the content actually coming from me and maybe not make as much money or as much money as quickly or whatever, because the people that are making a lot of money are often not doing all the work. Like, not that you can't delegate to other people, obviously. Like, if I had the money to hire marketing and, you know, all these other things that come along with a business, like maybe someday that's where I'll be. But I'm just talking about like the creation piece. Like, how can I possibly be saying that something is mine when it's not? So I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way, but I wanted to see if anyone else had thoughts about it, because it's something that's just been on my mind a lot. And the other thing is like how easily people can take your content. Like, I've had people like just completely copy and paste entire paragraphs off of my Facebook, or you know, like not saying, like not sharing my post, but actually just like copying and pasting my words and then pasting it onto their Facebook, and people saying like, oh, that's such a like beautiful post, or I love the way you wrote that. And one of them was my friend, and I like messaged him and I said, can you maybe give me credit for the beautiful post that your friends are commenting on, because that's my writing, like that's my words. It happened also recently on here where I had created, and it was actually a video of mine that went viral that got me close to 6,000 followers. Somebody took it and remixed it, but like didn't change anything about it. And then in the captions, they wrote something like, I create this content in order to share my faith and blah, 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 blah. And I went through the profile and I noticed that like this person copies and pastes that into everything. So, but she's like using my reel that I created, for her content, for her business. So again, I did the same thing. Like, I'm somebody that's gonna, like, I'm just gonna confront you and just say, hey, do you mind changing that from the word create to share? Like, I share this content, not I create this content, because you didn't create it. And she was just, I mean, she was great. She was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about it. Like, I just copy and paste it. But she did end up switching it to say share, and then like tagging me for my original post. And it's not as much for me to get, like, I'm not trying to like, oh, I need credit. It's not about that. It's just like, we grew up knowing that there was something called plagiarism, and we got it drilled, at least I got it drilled into my head through my psychology, my bachelor's in psychology. There was lots of papers. There were my marriage and family masters, like tons and tons of papers. There's a very specific way to cite sources and give people credit for what it is. So I think that that's kind of my whole thing with AI and social media, is just I'm getting a bad taste in my mouth lately, now that I'm kind of, you know, doing more of my own creativity and writing, and I almost feel like it's not safe to even put your own work out there these days because it can get stolen very easily. I actually talked to my friend the other day who does legal advice for, for patents and trademarks. And I'm like, what do I need to do something to like trademark my work and everything, especially before I put out my book and my program? Because if people are stealing little snippets of a post or a reel, then, my other friend had told me that she heard of somebody who basically stole an entire book. Like, they literally like copy and pasted, recreated someone's entire book on the inside, and then slapped on a different cover and their name on the outside. And that just stuff, I don't know. I think that there's lots of people these days who don't have the same like integrity and morals about things like that. And AI is just, I feel like it's like the nail in the coffin, and it just makes me more frustrated than excited. And I've been very skittish when it comes to using it. And I know that if I don't learn how to use AI, it can obviously, at some point it could take over everything, and we should probably at least know about it so that we're not like completely in the dark. But I'm just wondering if anyone else would like to comment about their thoughts or feelings, or if they've used it, or if there's certain things that they're excited about with AI or that they are scared of. My friend and I talk about this all the time. I just feel like it's a really odd thing to have computers taking over. No? Nobody wants to talk about it? You could join me live. We could have a conversation, or you could just comment. Who is that? Who? I can't tell who that is. Oh. Wait, at work. Wait, Angela? Sorry, it just says Red Sox, so I don't know who that is. Oh. Hold on. Oh, hi. I couldn't see the picture. Where do you work now? Yeah, I don't know. It was like really bizarre when I was watching this YouTube video. It was like how to have a digital product in an hour. And I'm like, a digital product in an hour. And it was this program that you just type in, or actually they scan your social media, and then it tells you like what type of information it needs, and then it like scans your social media, and supposedly it's like supposed to like sound like you. But I just don't understand, if I'm like using AI to put together a 10-page product, I don't feel comfortable then putting my name on it and like saying that I created it. That's just, and the amount of people that are doing that, like honestly writing an entire book, for people that are like actually trying to create things and trying to write a book, if you don't actually write the book and then you put your name on it, I don't understand how you can be like, oh, I wrote this book. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. If you didn't like sit down and write it and type it or speak it into a recorder and then like do talk to text or whatever, like you didn't write it. That's not you writing the book by asking AI to write a book for you. That's a computer writing a book. And I just don't understand how everyone is seemingly okay with it. Like, when I first started trying to, oh, and speaking of AI, I'm not like hiding. I do have like some like color filter on because my face is totally washed out. So I don't mind that. I don't mind having some filter on my face in order to make myself look a little bit more like alive. But I follow a lot of like business coaches, marketing people, social media people, just because of the fact that I'm trying to get into like the online, I'm sorry, my dog. I'm trying to get obviously onto like the online like telehealth space and book writing and all that stuff. So like I do follow a lot of content creators. And so I guess the amount of people that are like admitting that they're using AI to write their content, I'm like, but then how are you okay with getting paid for like calling yourself a creator, calling yourself an author, calling yourself these things, but you're not actually doing it? And so it makes it really difficult for people like me who are trying to grow my following organically. I mean, it's working. I've gained a bunch of thousands of followers just by posting videos, but it's like I'm not gaining customers. I'm just gaining followers from like, you know, the reels and the posts that I'm posting obviously are you know, just like relatable and stuff. And I'm not really doing a lot of like marketing yet because I'm still kind of learning to figure out what I'm supposed to do and whatever. But the roadblock I keep getting into is the marketing that's happening these days is often through AI. And you're going to get more traction on Instagram or Facebook or any of those things if you're like paying for ads and paying to boost your post. Well, I don't really want to like I know that it's the same, I guess, as advertisements like that we've seen for our whole lives, like commercials and billboards. But I just feel a little odd, like paying to boost my post. I feel like that feels like I'm paying for friends and paying for followers. Does that make sense? Does anyone else feel like that? Is that just me? Am I just like looking into it too much or something? I don't know. I think I'm just it's like I've had my mind made up that I don't like the done for you AI type of thing. So then I think that I put myself in this little roadblock. But I don't know if anyone else is on that same page or not. Nobody's very talkative tonight. You can comment and say hi. I like to actually have discussions with people about this stuff. It's not very fun to just like talk to myself. No? I'm surprised. I thought some more people would be interested in talking about this topic since it's all around us. Does anyone else use it like at work and stuff? Or has anyone else tried it online? Tried like ChatGPT or any of those things? I haven't even attempted it because it just like scares me. But I would like to hear feedback if other people have used it. Because like I said, all I really hear about is like the business coaches and content creators and those people talking about it. But like I want to know about other people that use it on a daily basis, if they like it or not. If it's just me who's like scared of it. No. Nobody wants to comment. How about where are you guys from? What are you doing? Saturday night. What is everyone doing? I feel like I'm like the teacher staring at the students. Nobody will raise their hand that I'm about to call on somebody. I don't know who's still here. Can you see? What's everyone up to? I'm gonna have to go over live on TikTok. They're all way more active over there. I'm gonna just have to do that. Nobody has any opinions? What do you want to talk about then? Let's talk about something else. Nobody wants to talk about AI. Let's talk about something else. Who's everyone gonna root for the Super Bowl? Bruce, I was talking about AI and like the pros and cons and how I feel like it's really crazy how I see so many business creators using it as like I feel like they're using AI and then basically saying like they did the creation or like they wrote the book or they made the product, but they didn't, and AI made the product or made the book, wrote the book or whatever. And I personally feel like that's like lying, because you didn't actually write something. You didn't actually write the book. If you're asking AI to write the book or you're asking AI to create the digital product for you, then you're not actually the author. So what I was saying was, when I'm trying to kind of get into the online business space with my like nurse advocacy stuff and I'm trying to write a book, I feel like I'm essentially going to climb a lot slower, because I'm going to write my own book and make my own ebook and create my own products with my own words using my own brain. Hence, it's going to take me a lot longer than the people who are on YouTube teaching others to literally sit down with their little AI thing and create like a guide or whatever it is, an ebook. And they're like, oh, you can create this in an hour. Well, yeah, of course you can have a computer generate something in an hour and then slap your name on it. But that's then not you creating it. At least that's how I feel. And I'm just kind of feeling like I'm wondering if other people think that way. Am I the only one that thinks that? I don't know. If somebody came out with a book and said, I wrote this book, I feel like I'd be like, no, you're a liar. You didn't write it. And I just wonder if anyone else thinks that way. And I also was sharing that I had people recently take both a reel and like copy and paste my Facebook post, and it was like a long, like written post that I wrote, and they like took it and put it on their page and just copied and pasted it and acted like it was like their words. So I was saying it, like that situation actually made me go and like, I mean, I'm still posting on Facebook, but I'm also like copying and pasting immediately and like putting it on a blog as well. So now I have a blog page, and sometimes I'll take the Facebook post and like just put like a little part of the post on Facebook and then link it to my blog, because I'm just kind of like, I don't really like people taking my stuff. And I feel like with social media, plagiarism is just not getting recognized anymore as plagiarism. So I wanted to actually come on and talk about it, because I feel like it's stuff that we don't really, I don't know, it's just an odd subject that a lot of people don't necessarily talk about, but it's happening every day, even with just sharing little quotes. Whenever I share a quote with a post, like if I don't know where it came from, I'll literally write like unknown author or whatever. And I feel like most people don't like acknowledge the fact that thinking of a quote and sharing a quote or sharing a video should give recognition to the creator. But nobody seems to want to comment. I'm just talking to myself. So think I'm going to bring this conversation over to TikTok, honestly, because I feel like people actually respond over there. But thank you for being here. And if you guys watch the replay that I'm going to post of this, feel free to comment your thoughts, because I really am curious about what people think about this. So have a great night.